Welcome in, fellas. I know there's an ARCA race going on right now, and our boy Cody Dennison, inside the top 20. So, hopefully you guys are doing well. Braden, good to see you. I know Nice said he might be coming back. Let's Greg, how's it going? What's up? Good to see you. We're gonna... Man, we're laggy right now. Ooh. Is it like that on stream? I was listening to the race. Let me just pull this up while we're here. Alright, so we got this. So I was listening to it. I wasn't really watching it, but our boy Cody Dennison currently sits in 18th, 2 laps off the pace. Audio's good. Thank you, Braden. I appreciate it. I'm never prepared for these things. I always just turn the camera on and who knows what we're going to get. I do prepare a little bit. But anyway, hopefully you guys are doing well. It's a mess over here. I haven't really had a chance to get myself ready. Currently decaling cars. Excellent. We're gonna... I don't know if we're gonna do any decaling tonight. Maybe. Yep, Carson Brown's in the lead. They got about 10 laps to go, and I was listening to it on my other laptop, but the stream calls. So maybe you guys have this on or me on in the background, but I'm hoping Cody can maintain and bring it home inside the top 20. That would be pretty cool. Out of 40 cars, so in the top half of the field, that would be awesome. The 28 car leading, not a big surprise. So yeah, anyway, we'll keep this kind of big screen until the end of the race. What do you guys think? Do you want to keep the ARCA stats, the ARCA running order up, or do you just want to go to what we're going to be working on today? You guys tell me. I'm fine with either. We can keep it up and kind of watch it as it unfolds, or we can just go full screen for me. You guys let me know. Make sure, if you haven't, to vote on the poll. The question this week is if you've ever been to a race in person. I suppose I should have specified probably NASCAR, but I've been to an IndyCar race. I considered going to an IMSA race. What other? You'd like the ARCA results? All right, Braden, that's fine with me. We got less than 10 to go. We'll keep them up there. Yeah, I think they're just kind of in the run out the remainder of the laps and hope nothing goes bad stage. The one thing I don't like is... Oh, wait, never mind. Okay, so they call it time difference. Not interval, but... yeah, so vote on the poll. I didn't specify what kind of race, but... speaking of IndyCar, this one is many years in the... Many weeks and months in the making. And we're almost done with it. I glued in the windshield yesterday. I glued in the seat cushions yesterday. And I continued decaling the carbon fiber on the underwing. And I figured this was probably something we could finish up today. Looking at the real car, I'm going to have to add a little bit of carbon fiber to the control arms. Let's see, I don't think I have a picture of that car. No, maybe I do. Hold on. What did you mean by the latest community post? Was that on Braden's or my community post? Let's do, let me just bring this over here. Do Mid-Ohio. Kyle Kirkwood. Yep, there we go. I was just talking about Fox screwing up Deegan's graphic. Oh. Do they have any real pictures of the car? Well, that's not right. That's not right. None of these pictures are right. This one is, but it's tiny. Alright, so we got 3 to go. Oh my goodness. Caution with 2 to go. Alright, I don't have an Instagram. Can I even open this? Okay, yeah. So as they're under caution, we'll just look at this really quick. Whoa. Alright, I don't have an Instagram. But you guys can see that the control arms are, well, they look black in this picture, but they're actually carbon fiber. So I will be wrapping those, and then I'm sure you noticed, yeah, restart with a couple to go. 2 to go, actually. One thing that I noticed about this car is, we're a professional streamer here. Yeah, so the carbon fiber that's on the actual car is black. It's dark compared to what we have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this once it's done, and I'm going to clear it twice. Once with a main clear, and then I'm going to give it a clear coat with black mixed in. So I'll tape off a few areas and cover them up, but anyway, that's kind of, I don't know if that's what we're going to do the whole time today, but yeah, so we have a caution with, at the end of the race, okay, Cody lost a spot, but he's still inside the top 20. Assuming nothing crazy happens, he should finish there, hopefully. Do you guys know what the caution was for? Anything? Was it a crash? Was it a spin? I recognize some of these names. Anyway, how are you guys all doing? You guys all doing well? We have 5 of you in here tonight. Yeah, it's good to see you guys. What do you guys want to do? I was thinking maybe we just cut out a bunch of Cody's decals tonight. The 11 car spun. Oh, okay. That's Cody drove that a few times last couple years. All right, you know what we'll do? I'll put this off. We'll just start cutting decals out. And then once the ARCA race is over, we can talk about the weekend lineup, what's coming up. Get into all of that. See how you guys are doing. I'm doing good. I'm sure you guys saw this car off to the side. This is Michael Marutz's Pop-Tart car. I will be decaling it tomorrow and filming that whole process. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm pretty excited. I've been waiting to do this one for a long time. So really nice color. I put a clear coat on it before applying the decals. So I am excited about it. Decals cover the whole car. Then I got a windshield banner that will have his name on it. Back glass banner will also have his name on it. And then the Pop-Tarts actually also go on the spoiler. So it'll be a pretty fun car. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I'm filming it for my how-to video. It's not going to be that soon before I get that video out, because I have to, well, first of all, I haven't done any editing of it yet. And then second, I also asked Michael if he would be willing to provide a reaction or an unboxing video of it so I could include it in my how-to video. So he still hasn't gotten back to me about that, but we'll see. I'm hoping he will do a video like that, because I like to see the reactions. They're always, it's kind of my favorite part about making these things. So yeah, other than that, we are down to 10 of these cars remaining for Cody, and I could not be happier. I'm so ready to move on. We have a lot of things coming up. You guys saw the Talladega Nights cars. We have, what else do we have? We have a robots car for my sister that will be coming up on stream. I haven't stripped that car yet, but I'm getting there. I have a Coca-Cola Zero car from Bobby Labonte from 2010 that will be coming up. We'll be decaling that. We also have Kyle Busch's Arca car from 2002. We'll be doing that. I'm painting that this weekend. And then, oh, I'm going to pick up some boxes on Saturday. That'll be fun. I think that's about it, really. I don't have too much else going on. I still have the next D'Agostini to film. I also have the next D'Agostini to edit. So I'm one behind on editing, and then I'm two behind, and then I guess I'm one behind on filming as well. So I did get an email from them saying that they were delayed. The boxes were delayed a little bit or something while they were changing over their manufacturing facility or distribution facility. So not too bad, but oh, and then there was one other thing that I'm considering doing. I bought a lot on eBay today, actually it was last night, of a bunch of scrap cars because I needed the windshields out of them. So I might be doing some like sheet metal pieces, because I have a ton of old decals left over from sets where I can just do like a whole quarter panel section of a car. Or okay, we're about to go green. All right, cool. Oh, it says we're green. Carson Brown in first, Tristan McKee in second, with Trevor Huddleston and Thomas Annunziata in third and fourth. One to go. I can tell you guys are paying attention to that because you're not like typing in the chat, so it's kind of funny. I would be paying attention to that too, but the burden is on me to provide some entertainment for you guys tonight. Does Arca still have the must finish under green rule, even if there's a caution on the white flag lap? Do they still have that? I mean, it seems like the 28 car was pretty much out front the whole time, so you would hate to see a late race restart be the reason why he doesn't win. Kind of like Hamlin last year. Phoenix, Carson Brown wins 28 PRG. What a shocker. Sarcasm detected. Sarcasm detected. All right, let's take a look at the finishing order. Did our boy finish 19th? He did. All right, Cody. GG's for Cody, finishing in the top half of the field. Very, very good. You'll love to see it. Only 2 laps down, not too bad. Not too bad. Obviously, some of these guys wrecked out. Wait a minute. 157 lap race. So those 3, 4 were done on lap 1. All right, well, cool. Carson Brown. All right. Good for him. All right. Now that the ARCA race has completed for the weekend, do you guys want to go through the weekend schedule, or do you want to just discuss other things for a little bit? You let me know. I have all the stuff pulled up over there. It's just a matter of whether or not we start with that or what. So you guys tell me. Picking up or better. Yeah, he really. 28 car must be strong. It's kind of like putting somebody in Larson's car or Hamlin's car. They're probably going to do well. Or apparently Reddick's car right now. Put anybody in Reddick's car and they would win. Oh, I should have put that as my poll question. Do you think Reddick goes 4 for 4? Personally, I mean, at this point, I just want to see him win all 36 races. I don't really care much for him, like I said last stream, but I mean, could you imagine him winning all 36 races? Michael Jordan after suing NASCAR. What a story that would be. I remember when Connor Zelich was in. True. Yeah, that 28 program, they've been really good. They've also picked up some really good drivers, of course. Yes, I agree with, I mean, Carson Brown seems to be good. Brendan Queen obviously is pretty solid driver, and then, well, we've all seen what Connor Zelich can do behind the wheel. So yeah, not only are their cars good, but I feel as though their drivers are also pretty good. So I think Brendan Queen gets a win. Butterbean Queen, do you think he gets a win this year in the Truck Series? I think it's kind of an odd season with Ram. You know, obviously they're new back into the sport, and they got a lot to figure out. So I don't know if he gets a win. What do you guys think? I say maybe by the midpoint in the year, halfway through the year, they get it figured out. As a collective, as a whole organization, and they probably get at least one win. Although Thorsport looked pretty good at St. Petersburg, and so did Front Row. So, I don't really know. Alright, so cool stuff. If Ram improves over time, then I can see better. I think so too. I agree. Okay. What do you guys want to do? You just want to chill for a little bit, or do you want to start going over the race weekend? The weekend preview. You tell me. Maybe we'll just do one car tonight. Since we're cutting them out, we'll just start doing one. I mean, you guys could tell me too. Whatever you want to see. Not typing much, just got. That's fine. You're good. You don't have to. You don't have to explain yourself to me. How is the process going? Is it going well? Chilling doesn't sound like a bad idea. Yeah, I'm kind of just here to chill tonight. Like I said, tomorrow night I'm not gonna be going live. Tyler, you think so? You do 4 in a row? I mean, I kind of, just for the pure shenanigans of it, I kind of hope it happens. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think he does, but again, for the shenanigans of it, I kind of hope he does. Because then you can say he's better than like drivers like Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart and Jimmy Johnson and Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt, because they never opened the season. with winning the first 4 races. So obviously Tyler Reddick's the best driver to ever drive. Obviously that's sarcasm. You think it ends here? Yeah, I think it probably does too. I don't... Nice. I know you sent me like a million decals that you got. That was me one day. That was me. Yeah, I don't think Reddick wins this Sunday. I mean, it obviously could be wrong, sure, but I don't know. I just don't see it. It still kind of blows my mind. It really, really does. That he's been able to even win the first 3 races. Like, no bad luck has come his way whatsoever. It seemed really weird last week that he was able to hold off SVG and just like completely outrun SVG. You know, whatever they're doing with their cars, whatever extra NASCAR money they're putting into their cars from the lawsuit, whether it's horsepower or weight savings or whatever, it's working. So you have Blaney. Who do I have? I don't know. I'm putting up same, especially with the kind of season they had last year. Yeah, it just seems really weird. Like, I'm not gonna get all like conspiratorial on everybody here, but it just seems so strange. I know last year he was distracted a lot with his baby. But yeah, I don't know. It just, they've come out of the gates like gangbusters, and it just doesn't make any sense by all metrics. Would people stop with that? Would people stop with what? Again, if you guys haven't, go ahead and vote on the poll. I don't think it's possible to rig a race. You would have to have. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. There's just a lot of strings that would have to get pulled. I think the biggest way to rig a race would be to look the other way as far as technical inspections go. That would be the biggest way, or the easiest way, to rig a race. Now, obviously, you would have to have everything else go your way, to your point. But, I mean, if you give them, 20, 30, 40 extra horsepower, it makes a big difference, especially on the straightaways. Now, he had to have an insane amount of luck to go his way at both super speedway races. Because those aren't really like, they are talent races, but there's an insane amount of luck that goes with winning those super speedway races now. Gone are the days of like the early 2000s, mid 2000s, where you could be good, you could have a good car and actually win the race based off of driving. Now a lot of it's dependent on who's around you and what they do. Dale Jr. could just pass anybody. There were days where Jeff Gordon or Tony Stewart, or I think Jimmy Johnson only won one of the plate tracks, but they could just make moves because their cars were so good without having help from anybody else. They could use the draft, and obviously Earnhardt before them and the earlier, the previous generation. But yeah, those days are gone. Now it's very, very dependent on who's around you, who's pushing, who's blocking, all of that stuff. So the luck rating is way, way higher nowadays than it was back then. So, I mean, and it's been that way for a while, probably since the tandem days of 2011. After that, kind of late 2010 to 2011. After that, then it became very, very dependent on who was behind you and helping you, and the luck factor went up a ton. Obviously, still good, skilled drivers could win races, like you saw Junior win races. Keselowski was obviously good at it, but it's a very, very different skill on super speedways. So, yeah, I mean, I think the luck runs out this weekend. I don't think they win. Who do I think wins? Who won last year? I think Bell won in the spring, right? Did Christopher Bell win Phoenix last year? think he did. And then Blaney won the fall race after the end of that championship race. What a time. So, yeah, I don't know. Kind of hoping for Reddick, though, secretly. Oh, guys, we could talk about the Premier League. Speaking of shenanigans, a ton of shenanigans have gone down the past couple days. I know not many of you watch the Premier League. Actually, I don't know if any of you. Yeah, Bell won Phoenix. Okay. Yeah, the Premier League, the shenanigans are kicking up right towards the end of the season. Arsenal somehow still winning games that they shouldn't be. They're not even really playing football or soccer well. Honestly, it's a chore to watch their matches. It's so ugly. And then West Ham pulling level on points with Forest at the relegation battle. City dropping points at home against Forest was unexpected. And then Spurs losing today 3-1 to Crystal Palace at home. Manchester United losing yesterday to a 10-man Newcastle team. Newcastle played down a man for 45 minutes and still came away with the victory. So all kinds of shenanigans taking place in the Premier League. Sunderland beating Leeds at Leeds' home field. So keeping that relegation battle really close. All kinds of crazy things happening. All right, so before I finish cutting these out, should we start decaling this one or should we just keep cutting these things out? You tell me. You guys, I am here to entertain you. So if you would rather see me start to decal some, or if you just want to start going over the race weekend stuff, we could do that too. It doesn't really make a difference to me. All of the things are going to be needed to be covered at some point. So, yeah, we could start throwing a few decals on, or we could just jump right in. Right, we've already been live for a half hour. Jump into the race weekend. So, I don't really care. Chat's not too active tonight. I know you guys are all probably doing other things. Got me on in the background, which is fine. Just fine. That's what we're here. Just to hang out, just to chill. Weekend starts tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Like I said, I'm going to pick up some boxes on Saturday morning. Okay, yeah, that's a good thing to talk about. I did watch the Dale Jr. Download podcast. Is that even what it's called? I don't even know. Whatever it's called, with him and Cletus. And first of all, I think overall it's going to be tough because Cletus has such a big following, and he's got a lot of other things outside of NASCAR. And NASCAR is kind of one of those things that you got to be all in. And so I think right now the path that they have kind of designed is a good one to kind of get his feet wet, do a few races, hone his craft a little bit. I think he said he was thinking about buying a late model car because he has that late model track. So just to get seat time and just to get familiar with the cars and hone his racecraft a little bit, I think all of that is good. No, I don't think he is either, but I think it's something that can be worked on and improved. And I think overall it's good for the sport in general to have somebody like him interested, not only interested, but willing to also kind of take the next step to learn. I think it's overall positive. Is he ready to? No, he's not ready to race at Daytona. He's not ready to race at most places. But it's a process, right? And so I think it's good that he's signed with RCR for a little bit so he can get that sim work like they were talking about, so he could get that advice from people that have been in it for a while and to learn. So I think overall it's a good thing. But yeah, there are going to be some growing pains, obviously, like the truck race. What I thought was interesting that he said, though, was that he couldn't catch the truck, and that's what caused him to crash coming off of turn 4, coming into the short chute where it flattens out. Now, obviously, I think everybody remembers Dale Jr.'s crash from the 2016 Daytona 500, coming off of turn 4 where the track flattens out, same spot. So, just post the cars I've been working on my YouTube. If anyone's all right, I'll check them out. But yeah, so he's not the first driver to lose the car coming off of 4 into the short chute where the track flattens out. But one thing that I noticed was he had the truck race first, and then he had the ARCA race after that. He learned from trucks to ARCA, and then he said he had a moment like that where he almost lost the ARCA car, but was able to save it just from learning what happened in the truck race. So he seems capable and willing to learn all of these things. So, I mean, I don't know. It's going to take time, but I think if he's willing to commit to it, I think he'll, again, he'll be good for the sport overall in general. And he also won't, tear up a bunch of cars once he kind of hones his racecraft. So, overall, I would say it's a positive for NASCAR. Don't mind the pink window net car. I got to get a window banner. I completely forgot to put the front one on. All right, let me check it out. Should we pull it up on stream to show everybody, Greg? Or do you just want me to look at my other laptop? You tell me. Because I'll pull it up on stream and share the screen if you want. You tell me. Up to you. Up to me. You're going to leave it up to me? All right. You're going to leave it up to me. That's a bold decision. And I think we talked about this last time, but you're using water slide decals, right? I think you said they're water slide. Now, did you have Patos remove the background decals, I'm assuming, or the background color? Like, for instance, the white. For most of them. Which one's the pink window night car? Oh, the whatever that is. They look pretty good. Not the best, though. Hey, you're working on it. You're honing your craft. You're learning. Each time you do a car, you learn something new. It's just about getting better, getting experience time and time again. So, you'll figure it out. They look pretty good to me. And honestly, here's the thing. I'll let you in on a little secret. Most of these cars will just sit on a shelf somewhere. So, yeah. I mean, sure, gotta fix it. It did not wrap around the panel. Yeah, I see that right on the A post. That's the one thing. That's the one. Well, there's a few things, but that's one of my biggest gripes with Patos is they don't always fit the diecast well. So if I had one thing to complain about, it would be that. Paint marker. Yeah, I mean, and again, like I said, you're learning every time you make a car. You're learning something new, some different trick that you didn't know before that you could apply to this next car. So I would say they look pretty good. I appreciate your honesty. Well, that's the whole point. Like, how long? All right, how about this? How long have you been working on them? Just custom cars in general. When did you start? Because I can tell you, my first custom 164 diecast was in 2010. So that's 16 years ago. And I have learned a ton in 16 years. And like I said before, I started off kind of where you are. TV series car is a full wrap. The TV series car is a full wrap. Is that the King of the Hill? Oh, see, you only started working on these things like a year ago. So you have 15 years to catch up to me where I am versus where you are. So yeah, don't get discouraged if it doesn't look right. Don't get down on yourself. Don't get too hard, you know, don't get bent out of shape if, you know, one doesn't go how you want it to, or, you know, like that blue one, you can see some of the white coming through. So it's just a learning experience. It's not done. Okay, yeah, the King of the Hill car. Yeah, so, I mean, did anybody see the Texas? I saw a clip of it, but I didn't actually go and watch the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, don't get me started on the whole nostalgia thing and how old NASCAR was miles and miles better than modern NASCAR. Don't even get me started. Don't send me down that path, Braden. don't make me do it. I could talk all night about that. But yeah, Greg, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a hobby, right? It's just for fun and to progressively get better over time. That's the whole point, right? But in my opinion, they're going, in my case. And again, exactly. Like, most of them will go and sit in a case somewhere or on a shelf, and you won't even see the flaws. And the other thing too is, after a while, you will be the only one that will see any flaws on your cars. Like I said, you're 15 years behind me, and I'm not even that good at these things. So, you know, once you get to a certain level, you'll show the car to somebody else, and they'll look at it and they'll say, "Oh, it looks great." And you'll be like, "Yeah, but there's this one spot on the car." And they wouldn't have even ever seen it if you didn't point it out. So, like, yeah, don't get too down on yourself. Like I said, you've only been doing this for a year. You've got plenty of time to hone your craft and to continue to get better. And I'm still learning things to this day. Like, it was just a few years ago that I found out that using decal setting solution is actually a really good thing. And that using an airbrush to paint the cars is a lot better than rattle cans. So, you know, definitely learning every time I make a car, every time I do something. Yeah, it really is, Braden. It is a strange phenomenon. I mean, that's like, I grew up right at the tail end of that. I grew up in kind of watching, like, just started watching in about 2002, 2003. So, yeah. I grew up right at the tail end of the Winston era. I definitely like my 124 better. I'll come to doing that because the decals are big. That's the other thing too, is obviously the 164s are really small, and so more attention has to be paid to the smaller decals, obviously. The biggest thing with that is just patience, learning patience, and having it to, you know, make sure you get the decal right, and if you don't quite get it right, to be able to adjust it and not get too upset with yourself, you know, stuff like that. So, but on the flip side of that, the 124s, if there's an imperfection in that, much easier to see because the cars are bigger. So yeah, exactly. So there's two sides of the same coin, right? Do you want the detail to be better, but, you know, if you mess it up, then you see it easier? Or do you want the detail to be not so good, like on a 164, and if you mess it up, it's not that big of a deal because you don't really see it? So yeah, there's definitely positives and negatives for both scales and whatever you're doing. Yeah, I just opened Twitter, and just seeing those cars, I shouldn't have even done this because I could just go watch races from that era all day. One second, I gotta top 20. I gotta message Cody. All right. Yeah. So, like I said, it's a continual process. My first cars, not good. It took me a while to learn them and get better. But I will say the cars nowadays, they turned out pretty good. I'm liking where we're at here over on the Diecast Driven channel. But yeah, all right. So let's hop off this. Do you guys want to go over the weekend stuff? Might as well, right? So we'll start Saturday. When I do customs, love my candles. Like, do you light candles while you're making your cars to have a great aroma in the room, like pine needles or ocean mist? Or is that supposed to be candies? Because do you like eat Skittles while you make cars? Because Skittles are good. Nice racing. What's up? Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. We haven't started talking about the weekend yet, so this is perfect timing. Hopefully you're doing well over there across the states. We're just talking about custom cars. Greg's only been working on them for a year. He's getting better. It's a process. He's learning. He's figuring stuff out. All right. As far as this weekend goes, Phoenix Raceway. I still hate the new configuration. Don't like the dogleg. Wish they'd put grass back in the track. Hate all the concrete. I hate that they did that like at every track. They got rid of all the grass. Like everywhere. Most places. It looks ugly. At a minimum, they should paint the concrete green. But I digress. So, practice and qualifying Friday, tomorrow, and then the race is on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Nice. I'm going to be home for that so I can watch it and enjoy it. Uh-oh. I might be in trouble here. Oh, no, she was just closing the door. Anyway, yeah, so practice qualifying tomorrow late, 7 to 7:50 and 8 to 9. So I'll probably watch both of those while I'm decaling Mr. Mrutz's Pop-Tart car. Yes, Greg, I want a Sieg top 10 as well. I don't know if I want a Sieg top 5 because then that means I have to make my buddy another car, but we'll see. Ty was so close to it. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Ty Majeski. He was, and I was conflicted about that because I like Lane Riggs. I think I just like him because I liked his dad, Scott Riggs. He was always he was a solid driver. He was never really in like great equipment. But yeah, hopefully, I think ThorSport, with the speed that they showed, they're going to get some wins this year. It's going to happen. ThorSport's going to get some dubs. All right, so let's see. Nice, you said. Saw the poll, 2019 Phoenix Xfinity race and 2023 Cups. Kind of funny how that poll was made during. True. Hey, so you saw William Byron win at Phoenix in 2023 Cup, right? I missed literally every race last weekend. Yeah, last weekend was pretty good for as far as racing goes. I forgot, is Xfinity running the same play? Yes. So, well, it's the O'Reilly series now, technically. But yes, they are. There is no more playoffs. All 3 series have the chase format going forward. So it's not a full season points, but it's better than the playoffs. So, yeah. At least there's that. It was. Yeah, 2023, that Phoenix race was pretty cool. I think Byron led a lot, and then there was like if I remember correctly, or maybe that was Las Vegas. I remember. I feel like he was up front all day. Maybe he didn't lead until that last restart, but he was all the way on the outside, pretty much up against the wall. Crazy stuff. All right, so did I miss anything in the chat? Oh yeah, Ryan Sieg. I think they get a win this year. I do. Oh boy, are we rushing? Oh yeah, we did talk about that earlier. Nice. I think overall it's good for the sport, but yes, they are rushing him a little bit. He has to hone his racecraft. He's getting there. I think it's good to have him with the team, with RCR, because they can give him yeah, exactly, Braden. They can give him all of the resources that he needs to learn. Again, I think it'll be a good thing overall, but I think they need to spend a lot of time with him, getting his racecraft honed in and getting his experience level up. Seat time, whether it's in more ARCA races, whether it's in late models, just more seat time and learning the cars. Yeah, I think putting him on Daytona in a truck debut, I still think that was a bad idea. I understand why they did it, but at least he learned from the truck race to the ARCA race how to not wreck the car. And so he is capable of learning quickly. So that's a positive thing. And he's pretty competent behind the wheel. So there is that. Harvick had the win, but when Daddy's money, Burton had to wreck. Yeah, but Greg, don't you think Harvick won enough times at Phoenix? Didn't he win there it was 9 times or something, right? Wasn't that one of his best tracks, if I'm not mistaken? That was like Gordon at the Brickyard and at Martinsville. I don't know what it was about those 2 tracks, but he was lights out both tracks. Even in his down years, he was good at both of them. Okay. Should we just start? Let's just start decaling these. Okay, hold on. Let's go through the weekend. Let me go grab, you know what? Let me go grab the 2 cars really quick, and we'll start working on those 2. Okay, so as we talked about the O'Reilly series, we have on Friday qualifying and practice, not in that order, reverse that order. Practice and qualifying. Saturday's the race. We can look at the entry list real quick. Let's see the qualifying order, actually. This will tell us who's in it anyway. Bam. What? Oh, wow. Dawson Cram is running the 174 car this weekend. How long has it been since there's been a triple-digit NASCAR? Somebody had a typo. Dawson Cram will not be running the 174 car this weekend. I can't say that with absolute certainty, but I can say it with a pretty high degree of certainty that he will not be in the 174. First time I considered on TV, because I was late to NASCAR, was Harvick. Your favorite driver win on TV. Harvick 2017 Sonoma. Okay. Yeah, the first time I saw my driver win in person, I was 8 years old at the Brickyard in 2004. So that was a fun time. All right. We'll do this. So let's see. Kyle Sieg rolling off 16th for qualifying. He had a bad race last week at Coda, I'm pretty sure. Nice. I don't exactly remember, but I think he finished pretty far back in the field. I think. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he had a bad race. My first race Harvick won in person. That was like me. My first race, Jeff Gordon won, so you love to see it. Yeah, William Byron's in this race. Oh, man. Now I'm conflicted. Ryan Sieg rolling off 26th. I'm sick of Corey Day, by the way. Did you guys see last weekend he destroyed Connor Zelich? Going through the S's at Coda. Yeah, he did. I saw on his Facebook they had contact with the O2 in the final couple laps. Yeah. So, yeah, Ryan's in the 26 car, or 39 car, 26. Man, Garrett Smithley is better than him for whatever this metric is. Corey Day, the guy. Yeah, I don't know about that. So not any real surprises other than William Byron. I guess Chandler Smith being in the 5. Okay. Probably not going to do much. Byron in the 88. Whoops. Zillbilly. I'm absolutely sick. Yeah, I'm over Corey Day. Like, hopefully it works out for him, but don't know much about him. Don't like what has transpired the first couple of races. Greg, you and Braden are going to fight in the chat. We don't need that. Oh, it's just off of points? Okay. Is that it? That's the metric? Just the points? Come on. What is the point? Just go back to a random draw. Or go based off of practice. Come on, we don't need all these metrics. So, Austin Hill, Jesse Love, Sam Smith, Corey Day, Jess Allgaier, Roger Cruth. Yeah, I don't love bushwhacking either. Now, don't get me wrong. If William Byron wins this race on Saturday, I will probably buy the diecast. That's just how it works. Roger's on 30, hopes a good run. I was really surprised with Ross last week that he wasn't better with the 32. But yeah, we'll see what Raja can do this week in the 32. His schedule's all weird with being in of the 100 cars and then out of the 100 cars. It's a strange deal. I don't know who came up with that, but whatever. Okay, so anything else you want to talk about the O'Reilly series? I think that's pretty much it. $1.5 million for the purse. Cool. 2 cars will miss the race. Who do you think misses the race? That's a fun thing to think about. 2 cars are going to go home and not race, which is dumb. If I'm being honest, 40 cars are showing up. Why not just race all 40 of them? What difference does it make having 38 or 40? Now, I could understand if like 60 cars showed up. Yeah, then you'd have to cut some, or even 50 or 45. But 40 cars showed up. Why not just race all 40? You think the 30 car misses Austin, the lesser of the hills, Dawson Cram, Austin Hill? Probably. Well, Dawson Cram's going to get DQ'd because he has three digits on the side of his car. NASCAR is going to say that's not allowed. I don't know. I just miss Maddie, my little. Yeah. What's he up to these days? 35 and 74. 35 Blake Lothian. I'm assuming Dawson Crams is a 74. I think that was just a typo. Yeah, probably. I think that's fair. All right. Enough of that. Also taking place on Saturday, we have the IndyCar series. Look at the weekend schedule for these guys. So on Friday, Friday at 8 a.m. I have to work, but maybe I'll, it's on FS2 though. That's what Matty D does. He's been racing for Hardy's Motorsports. Oh, cool. All right. So yeah, Friday IndyCar practice pretty much all day. 8 a.m., 12, they qualify. 2:30 practice, 3 o'clock final practice. I'm still considering getting IndyCar Live. I just can't bring myself. It's $24 for the whole year. Maybe once I get monetized on this channel, it's possible. But I just can't see myself spending the extra money just for fun right now. If I get monetized and I have some extra spending cash, then maybe I'll get it. Yeah, I don't know what the rules are for IndyCar in the apron. Cletus McTrash, but not Corey. Greg, where have you been? We already talked about Cletus. I like your nickname. That's pretty funny. That's like a Michael Roots nickname. Cletus McTrash, man. That's a pretty good one. How many subs is so it's 500 subscribers, but it's 3,000 watch hours in a year. So I'm very close to the subscriber count, but my watch hours is like 820-ish. So I couldn't get monetized based off of my watch hours because I'm like a third of the way there. Now, I'm thinking once I get my how-to video out, that'll probably jump up. A lot of people will probably be interested in that. The D'Agostini videos continually get a lot of watch hours, but yeah, that's like my biggest hurdle right now because my Friday videos are so short and not really a ton of people watch them. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know, it's not like I need the money necessarily, but it would just be nice to be able to get like YouTube Premium or, the IndyCar thing, IndyCar Live, just from the extra money from YouTube. So it's not going to be much. And then Saturday, the race. That's a good question, Nice. I'm not sure because you guys always watch the live streams. I don't know if they count that in the numbers. Because if they do, we would be jumping up a ton. But I don't see the numbers jumping up. Cody said we kind of sucked, but he drove the piss out of it. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I'm just responding really quick. Okay. Just get YouTube TV. It's cheaper than having like 10 different subscriptions. Yeah, I've thought about it. Top 3. Mighty. Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that. Here, Nice. I can show you. Oops. Let me do this really quick. Here, if you guys didn't know, this is the car we're working on. Surprise, surprise. I'm almost done. We're almost done. Yeah, Greg. I know you're something. Let's see. If we go down to the Earn tab. So here's wait, I feel like I've seen that car before. Yeah, this car got wadded the heck up at Daytona last year. Here's the criteria for monetization. So obviously you can see I'm right there. We're real close on the subscriber count, but we're still ways off on the public watch hours. The only thing, oh yeah, Arco is racing today. Cody finished 19th out of 40 cars, so it was a pretty good race by him. He also said the car sucked, but he drove the heck out of it, so good on him. But yeah, we're quite a ways short on public watch hours, so yeah, I don't really know how to increase that aside from like the videos taking off and then, you know, a bunch of people coming in. So yeah, it's not a big deal, but yeah, just to kind of transparency's sake. Oh, all good. Yeah, go watch the highlights. Not a problem. The 28 car won. I probably shouldn't have told you that, but whatever. You'll see it in about 3 minutes. So yeah, IndyCar race on Saturday at 1 p.m. I don't know if I'll be able to watch. I'll probably watch that. I'll try to watch it. Now we'll take over to Sunday. Well, I guess we'll wait for Nice to come back. We'll wait for him to come back before we talk about Sunday. Yeah, I've seen this car way too many times. I'm ready to never see it again. I hope Cody, all of the people that got these cars, I hope they love the heck out of them. I hope they cherish them forever. Because I'm sick of working on them. Greg, you are something. Definitely AJ. Ross is too laid back for that. Ross is too chill. Did you know Jeff Gordon could breakdance? Not well, but he could breakdance. Well, he could about 15 years ago. Probably Ross. Or, AJ. Ross is kind of a no-nonsense guy, too. It's funny how, he doesn't use anybody's nicknames. I can't remember who else he was talking about, but he called Bubba Wallace Daryl, which is funny. And he was talking about somebody else, and he used their actual name and not their stage name or nickname. I don't remember who it was. Ross is just no-nonsense. He's a funny dude. Super nice guy, if you ever get the chance to meet him. Who can forget Jeff's rap career when he was Jeffy G? Jeffy G. You know, he's a cringy dude, some of the stuff, but it's pretty good. We're on Bristol Snow, like it did that one time. Bristol Snow, like 2006 Bristol Snow? That was a long time ago. 2006. That was 20 years ago already. Once Nice gets back, we'll go over the Cup Series stuff. Wow, this is J-Ski's 30th anniversary. That's cool. They do a great job over there. Man. We could probably pull up the points too. I guess we'll look at the points as well at some point. At some point. Do you guys have any plans for this weekend? I mean, I'm going to pick up the boxes on Saturday morning. I only got 4 this time. 1 for me, 1 for Marutz's car, 1 for my wife's cousin's car, and then one for my Ryan Sieg buddy. Oh, I run on the track naked after crashing in his car. Oh, that would be something. Kind of like Ricky Bobby style. I'm on fire. Ricky Bobby, you're not on fire. That's all-time great movie. One of the greats. Yeah, kind of just chilling. Yeah, so that's Saturday, or that's Saturday morning. Go do that. Oh, I'm gonna be hooking up a aerial antenna at my house, as well as we got Starlink. So maybe the streams will run a little smoother once we get Starlink hooked up. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that my laptop sucks. Pretty simple. I don't think it has much to do with the internet, but getting that hooked up on Saturday, and then Sunday I think we're going to my wife's family's for lunch or dinner or something. So it'll be a pretty fun weekend, pretty laid back for the most part. All right. No, did everybody leave? I feel like this is... Wow, that ARCA race wasn't great. Wasn't great. Skip through most of the highlight. Yeah, I didn't actually watch it. I just listened to it. So, all right. Now that you're back, Mr. Nice, we are going to look at the Cup Series. I waited for you to return. So, here's the qualifying order. Who do I think could win? I don't know. Probably... For once, I just like to see an oddball win at like a normal track. Like the 21 winning last year at Las Vegas was super random. Like it'd be cool to see like Michael McDowell win at Phoenix or something. Or like Ty Dillon. Yeah, so that's a crazy development in the grand scope of things. Man has vertigo. I swear that 48 car has been cursed for him or something. But yeah, he will not be racing the 48 car this weekend. Have they announced who will be? Do you play 36 for 36? If you're asking me if I think Reddick's going to win all 36 races, then yes. But if that's not what you're asking, then I'm not sure. I mean, I would assume no. I don't play 36. I remember ESPN 30 for 30. Did you ever watch any of those documentaries? Those were pretty good. Chicken Alfredo. Oh, Anthony Alfredo's taking over for Bowman this weekend. What the heck is Ross? Oh, I guess he lost the wheel last week. Must have finished pretty bad. 36 for 36. Don't know what that is. Austin Hill's going to be in the 33 this weekend at Phoenix. I feel like that's a waste of his seat. They should have brought him in at Daytona or Talladega or something. They should have given him an opportunity there. Oh man, I can't even tell you how excited I am to get these cars done. We should go back and see how many times I've said that on stream. Because I've said it like a million times off stream, but I've said it a lot on stream as well. I just can't wait to work on something different. That's why I'm excited to do this Roots car tomorrow night. This Pop-Tart car. I'm so excited to work on something different. But anyway, yeah, we got Alex Bowman will not be in the 48 this weekend due to vertigo. It's like NASCAR fantasy, but harder. No, my man, I don't have any time other than like what I spend on live streaming and then making videos. I barely have enough time to do all of that, let alone play fantasy. I can't even play other video games. Like I would like to play like some of my old NASCAR games, but I don't even have time to do that. So I wish, but no, sadly I do not. That's why I watch a lot of Root's channel, because he plays a lot of games and I can't. So I don't have time to do all that, but he does. So I'll just watch his videos, and that's like good enough for me. Because typically I'll watch his videos, you know, while I'm at work or doing other things. It's very rare that I just actually sit down and watch a video of any sort while I'm not doing something else. I don't even just sit and watch races anymore. Or games. Like, I don't really watch soccer. You know, I always am doing something while I'm watching. So, yeah, it's time is a valuable commodity. But you guys already knew that. You're smart. Spend it wisely. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not too much to talk about. I mean, Bell won last year. Who won 2024? Byron won 23. I think Briscoe won 22. Who won 2024 Phoenix? I'm trying to rack my memory. You didn't get the chat of me explaining what 30. Well, you just said it was like NASCAR fantasy but harder. I don't know if there was another chat in between that. Let's just go to full screen. We don't. The race on Sunday, what time is it? It's probably the stupid time because it's in Phoenix. Ooh, 30-day Tai Chi. Gotta put ad blocker back on this computer. 3:30. That's fine. That's fine. I'll probably try to watch it. You literally just set a driver each week and you get paid, but you can only pick a driver once. Oh. What's my opinion on the 48 car? What's up, Mr. Toothpaste? My opinion on it, the fact that Alex is out of it, or the fact that he's still under contract for that? I mean, oh, good pick on Reddick last week. The 48 car, I feel like, has been cursed for Bowman. He's like, he's been Hendrick's fourth driver for a while. And I don't think he's a bad driver. That's the thing. Like, he's the fourth best driver at Hendrick Motorsports. Like, one of the best teams. So, how much for a Ty Gibbs Monster Energy? I don't have... I wish I did, but I just don't have time to make other people car... Like, I'm making cars for... Yeah, nice. I am quite busy. I have a lot on my plate right now, but what I can tell you is there are decals available, and I know there's a guy in the chat, Greg, if he's still here. He's making a lot of cars. Now I can't tell you to go talk to him. He'll pay me good. I don't know. I don't want to commit to anything. I know you'll pay me good. I know a lot of people will pay me good. I can't just start taking on all sorts of extra projects. You could make it. You don't have to wait for me to do it. You could go do it yourself, and then you don't have to pay. Good. You could just pay yourself. Let's see. You said a Ty Gibbs Monster Energy diecast. Let me look really quick. Whoops. We'll go like this. Hold on. Please hold. We'll pull something up. Because I believe you can do it. And like I said, I'll be putting my how-to video out in the not too distant future, so you'll be able to do it yourself. What was your favorite NASCAR race to attend? I had a lot of really fun ones. I mean, Jeff Gordon's last race. No, I can't. You do great work. That's why I'm willing to pay. Hold on. Probably my favorite NASCAR race was probably Jeff Gordon's last race, because he actually had a chance to win the whole thing. Obviously, I was disappointed that he didn't, but there was just so much pomp and circumstance around it, so much fanfare and all that stuff. So it was a really fun time. I mean, meeting Ross Chastain at Daytona in 2019 was fun. Michigan 2018 was fun. I mean, there were lots and lots of races that were fun. Earlier this year, I saw a race at Tucson Speedway where Kevin and Keely battled for Kevin. I think I saw highlights of that. Nothing like teaching your kids some tough love by moving them out of the way to win a race. You gotta respect it. You gotta respect it. I mean, it's still a race. She did specify NASCAR, but that's like NASCAR adjacent. Brad Keselowski's last one. So you were at Darlington then? I've been to Darlington a few times. Fun old track. Fun old track Darlington is. All right, Mr. Toothpaste. Look. You can do it. I can't just be making everybody cars. There are so many decals available. Honestly, though, I don't know if there are any Cup Series decals available. See, all of these are Xfinity and Arcus Series cars. 2021. Yeah, see, there aren't any Cup Series decals available, actually. Interestingly enough. You gotta start working on it. Like, good thing I have spring break. Nice. Oh man, I wish I had a spring break. We get like a winter break for work, so that's not too bad. But I miss spring break. I've been to Darlington and Charlotte a good chunk of time. It's been an absolute blast when you're there, no matter track. I agree, Braden. I think it wasn't until recently that we started getting headsets too, and that's an absolute game changer, or race changer, however you want to look at it. We used to go to races and just kind of sit in the grandstands, and I would just be in my own head thinking about cars, counting laps, figuring out strategy in my own head, watching the interval between drivers. Like, I used to do all that before we got headsets. Then when we got headsets and you could listen to the radios, the scanners, between the crew chiefs, the spotters, the drivers. You could listen to the race broadcast. Game changer, race changer. It was really cool. So yeah, I would suggest if you go to a race, definitely get a headset. Okay, so I don't know if Mr. Toothpaste is still here, but no worries, I was just asking. I know I got a lot of play. I respect it. I appreciate your appreciation and respect. I'm looking at the decals right now. As far as print it goes, obviously I could get them from Pados or whatever, but I don't really like ordering from there anymore. But the only ones available for Ty Gibbs are his 2023 Shriners Children's Hospital Cup car. All the rest of them are his Xfinity Series monster cars. So, I mean, yeah, even if you wanted a Cup car, I couldn't. I would have to do all the design work on the decal sheet, and I absolutely don't have time to do that. I haven't even finished the decals for the 2015 Carl Edwards Coca-Cola 600 win. I haven't even started the decals for Ryan Sieg's Daytona car from 2 weeks ago. So I still have to do all of the design work on those. I just don't want to straight up be like, no, not happening. But I have so much on my plate right now. On top of trying to make videos, for Friday and do these live streams and stuff. So, yeah. Now, if Greg ever does come back in the chat, he's new. He is new to the whole custom game, but he's working on getting better and learning and stuff. I don't think you were in when we were talking, so he is working on tons of cars and stuff. So, maybe you could get in contact with him. You guys could work something out. But yeah, as far as me personally, like I unfortunately don't have time. I barely have time to work on the projects I have. So I have the D'Agostini, the normal Friday videos, the live streams. That's just as far as the YouTube side goes. Then I have to make the decals for some of the cars. I have to make the boxes for some of the cars. And then, obviously, on top of all of that, going to work every day. So, plus my family. So, everyone in the chat making customs. Fine by me. That's perfectly fine by me. That's the whole point. Like, if there aren't cars that are being made and you want to have them in your collection, make them yourself. Start somewhere. That's what I did. Will Bowman be out for one race or more? Vertigo is a tricky thing. I'm not really sure. I think right now he has the like one race is the plan to only miss, but like I said, Vertigo is a tricky thing. It could linger. It could hang around for a little bit. So, he might miss 2 weeks. You never know. Someone who would make decals for you, Red Blur 24. Is that somebody that you know? Nice. I'm pretty particular about my stuff, so I don't want to. They have to fit the die-cast bodies too, so that's the other thing. Like I have to, when I make them, I print them out and make sure that they fit the cars perfectly, or as close to perfect as possible. So like obviously with this one, you see I didn't cut out the wheel wells on the decals, so I have the whole design going across the whole side of the car, and then I'll cut it out. So I'm, unfortunately, I'm pretty particular about this sort of thing. And that's another reason why I don't really buy from Pados anymore. Will Anthony Alfredo get a top 20 in the 48 car at Phoenix? I'm going to say yes. I like your questions. I'm gonna say yes, he does. I think he will on speed. I don't think it'll be like a, you know, a wreck fest where he just lucks his way into a top 20. I think he will. I'm a little surprised they didn't put Myatt Snyder in the 48, to be honest with you, after last week when Bowman got out of the car. I'm pretty sure it was Myatt that got in the car. So I'm a little surprised about that. He doesn't print the decals, but he will design them. He makes his own blank templates and takes press. It is a Hendrick car after all. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Braden. Nice. Yeah, I appreciate it, but I don't know. I'm on so many email chains too and stuff just for what the little things that I'm doing anyway. And like I said, I'm really, really particular about things, so I don't know. I just don't want to put the burden on somebody else to make decals and then tell them that it's wrong. You know, I'd rather just do it myself and yell at myself. But yeah, I think Myatt Snyder did say that his goal was to get into a Hendrick car at some point. But yeah, I don't know. I think he probably does get a top 20, Anthony Alfredo. 48 car's been decent. It's not like he's stepping into the 4 car for Noah Gragson. I think that car is atrocious. I don't really think he's a Cup driver necessarily. I think he's more of an O'Reilly's driver, probably more like an Elliott Sadler or, a Justin Allgaier. But, SVG Sonoma Red Bull Elite. So you're an RCCA member then, Mr. Toothpaste. Oh, actually, no. I think you can buy Elite cars nowadays if you're not an RCCA member. All right, nice. Well, we'll catch up with you when the weekend's over. We'll see you on Sunday after the race, potentially. Hopefully you have a good weekend and you get some good drawing done. I know you said you gotta get going on his Coda car, but hopefully you have a good weekend. And we'll see you on Sunday, hopefully. Yeah, the SVG Sonoma Red Bull win. I like it. Yeah, my Ross Chastain gold car just shipped out too. It's supposed to get here on Monday, so keep your eyes peeled for a short. I'll be putting that out once I have the car. Like all my other unboxing shorts. I think I kind of like that format. I don't know if you guys watch those or not, but I like that. I don't really like shorts to begin with, just in general, but I do like the unboxing videos with the new cars that I get. What do you guys think about it? Personally, I'm a fan. They're pretty simple to make. They're pretty simple to edit, and they get like almost 1,000 views. Some of them bring some new people to the channel, and that's kind of what I use the shorts for. I don't know if that's right, but that's how I view the shorts. Yeah, Ross, the Melon Man. That's what I view the shorts as a way to get people exposed to the channel, and if they're interested, then they'll come check it out from the shorts. Might not be the right way to use them, but that's how I view it in my mind. And it's worked. We've gotten a few subscribers from some of the shorts. So, yeah, that's been kind of neat to see. Do you guys like the piano still in the background? I think I'm going to keep it for a while. Maybe we'll rotate music at some point. But kind of sticking with the chill stream theme. I wish I could hear it. At some point, I'll probably put headphones on or reroute it so I can hear the music, but right now I'm just sitting in my basement in silence. It's a funny old thing. Metallica's playing at the Sphere in Las Vegas. They announced like a bunch of dates for that, so that's pretty cool. I will not be going to that. Will Reddick make it 4 in a row? I don't think so. Is it possible? Sure, yes, it is possible, but I don't know. He'd have to have a lot go his way. He has had a lot go his way, but I think the luck well runs dry this week. Not that I think something bad happens. I just think they don't, maybe they missed the setup a little bit, or, they have a slow pit stop or something. But yeah, I don't, like Braden said, I don't think I see it happening. Yes, I like Metallica, obviously, based off of the piano music. And no, not the gaming sphere. The game sphere. It's spherical. Spherical! For all you Drake and Joshers out there from mid-2000s. Good times, good times. So we got about a half hour left on the stream. I feel like it's gone pretty well. We're working on 2 cars, which is normally not what I do. Normally I work on 4. But that's okay. We have 10 to go. So we'll kind of do maybe 2, 4, 4. That's how we'll wrap it up. Ugh, I can't believe it. And if you guys are just joining, Cody did get a top 20 finish at Phoenix tonight out of 40 cars. He said the car was not good, but he drove the heck out of it for that 19th place finish. So claps in the chat for our boy, Mr. Cody Dennison, getting a top 20 at Phoenix. Pretty neat. Big field too, 40 cars. That's a lot of cars. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, that pretty much sums up the whole weekend. We'll come back on Sunday and do a recap. I'm going to try to watch everything to the best of my ability. Oh, I forgot to talk about this well, I guess you guys are all still here. So do you think we should build that World Cup ball? Is it Damage Incorporated? It might be. I don't know. I can't hear the music. I'm going to take your word for it. Should we build that World Cup ball on stream? I probably won't do it on a normal Thursday or Sunday stream, but I think we just do like a standalone on maybe like a Tuesday or something. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So yeah, maybe we'll do a random Tuesday night stream sometime in the not too distant future. And I'll take the mat off, and maybe I'll bring the camera up a little higher so we can build the World Cup ball. Or World Cup trophy. I'm excited. It's not NASCAR related, but I kind of want to film the process anyway, just for the fun of it. Yeah. If you guys are down, I'll go live and do it. Maybe we'll split it up into like two streams or something. But I have a feeling that a lot of people would want to see that have never seen the channel before. And I don't know if that's a good thing, because then they'd come for the stream and then they'd be like, what the heck is this channel? They have nothing to do with soccer or the World Cup. They just did this random one-off stream. So I'm a little bit conflicted on it, but yeah, I don't know. I still think we should probably do it. Unless I I could start another channel, just a Lego building channel. I have so many old Legos that we could just mainly Star Wars, but old Legos that we could build on stream. That would be it'd probably be the same vibe, but a totally different experience than these NASCAR videos. A lot more would get done per video than what we do now. Like, I don't get a ton done on these streams just because of how long each thing takes. Legos are super easy to build. Like, left to my own devices, I could probably build that entire World Cup Lego in one 2-hour stream. It's not that many pieces. Although maybe. You gotta take your time. You gotta interact with the chat, so. Because you guys are what make the channel worth it. We did pick up another subscriber tonight, so that was kind of fun. I don't know if it came from the live stream or if it was just happenstance from somebody passing by the channel in the ether. But we're up to 487. Have you seen the Pirates of the Caribbean Lego ship? Yeah. That one would be fun. I know somebody that recently built the castle. Cinderella. Or was it even Cinderella Castle? Let's see. Let's go to here. Yeah, the Black Pearl, you mean? Get out of here. It's Lego website. So many pop-ups. Get out of here. You're amazing. Yeah, this one right here. It's only $379. Oops. Yeah, we could, I don't know. If the World Cup stream goes well, maybe we buy the Black Pearl. You're amazing. The Winnie the Pooh logo being 150 will never. Like, who do we have here? We have Gibbs. Who's that chick? That's Will. That's Elizabeth Swan. That's Jack Sparrow. Barbosa. The short guy. And the guy with the parrot. Oh, is that, oh, that's the Calypso girl. Probably. The Winnie the Pooh logo being 150. Let's check that one out. $150? Dude. Yeah, Calypso, I think. 150 bucks. Some of these Legos are out of sight, the prices on them. I mean, it's cool. 150 bucks. Definitely catering to adults, that's for sure. It's almost oh wait, that's centimeters. It's not even a foot tall. Yep, catering to adults. I mean, obviously I'm an adult talking about Legos right now, but yeah, I don't know, that's pretty crazy. 150 bucks for that. I wouldn't buy that. But the Pirates of the Caribbean, the Black Pearl, that's one I would consider for sure. Oops. Yeah, we'll do a stream. It'll be a different stream than our normal nights though. We'll do it like on a Tuesday night stream or something in between our normal normal evenings. Yeah, but if they had Calypso, shouldn't they have had Davy Jones? Because he was well, yeah, but he wasn't really on the ship. Although he did. But then also, if you have Calypso and then have Davy Jones, shouldn't you have the Kraken as well be part of the set? That would be something. The Kraken. Speaking of Krakens, I'm pretty sure that new ride at Cedar Point, that Siren's Curse, is ocean related and has something to do with the Kraken. I don't know my Kraken lore. 40 cars in and I learned that this is the best way to do this fender as well, because the decal's a little bit wrong. So to cut it and overlap it. Unbelievable. But yeah, we'll go for another 15 minutes here and then we'll call it a night. I still got to do I got to do some other non-stream related things tonight. Still. But yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Lego. It'll be fun to build. Oh, you're back to tell me good news. All right, nice. Hit me with the good news. I'm ready. You just missed it. We were talking about Legos. I think Siren is a mermaid. I think so. I think it's something to do with that. Lionel Racing. I did see that. I don't know much about it other than I think it's probably good news. They underwent like a whole rebrand thing too. So yeah, that was something that we didn't talk about that we probably should have. But yeah, good point. Because I think they also have the Racing Champions branding that round 2. So hopefully it's a good thing. I think it probably will be, but you never know. You never know with acquisitions and selling and stuff like that. You just kind of have to wait and see. That's just how it always goes. But I think it's probably a good thing. I think it probably is. AMT models. Oh yeah, those are some pretty solid models. Does that mean the quality of Lionel's cars will go up and the price will go down? Probably not, but race champions return NASCAR dog is not possible. It's probably not going to happen, but yeah, Braden, I hear you. It's one of those things where like, could it happen? Probably. Will it happen? Probably not, but we can dream. We can hope. That's what I'm wondering. Yeah. And again, I've said this multiple times, probably on stream. I guarantee I've said this on stream. Competition is a good thing. Competition is a good thing. People will vote with their dollar. If Racing Champions gets the ability to make NASCAR diecast and the quality's good and they're in the ballpark of the price and they get licensing from certain drivers, they could take some of that market share and force Lionel's hand to be better, more competitive. But Lionel has monopolized the industry. So if that's why we're making the cars we're making. Maybe Racing Champions could pick up all of the ARCA drivers or something, and they could just make all of the ARCA drivers. You know, or Racing Champions could make all of the 164s and Lionel just focuses on all of the 124s. Something like that, I think. Or they could compete, which I don't think they would because they're under the same umbrella. But if I were If I were in those meetings, those would be my suggestions. Lionel, you focus on all of the 124s, get the detail, get the cost down, all of that kind of stuff. Racing Champions, you're going to be taking over the 164 side, and you can make all of them. ARCA, Cup, O'Reilly, you can make them all. That would be my suggestion if I were to give one. I think it would probably do pretty well. I think that split would be pretty well. I'd like some. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people would. Now, I know the ARCA drivers aren't as popular, right, as some of the Cup, O'Reilly, and Truck Series drivers. However, having, ARCA diecast is still a positive thing, because then you're exposing kids to the younger generation of racers. Because generally speaking, who plays with the 164s the most? It's kids, right? And so if you have kids that have an Isabella Robusto car, or who's another ARCA driver, like Jake Finch or something, LeVar Scott, you have different ARCA drivers. And exactly, Braden, you're right. They are the Chevy SS, the Ford Mustang, and the Toyota Camry. So they're all there. They're all available. So that would be my suggestion. Racing Champions, focus on 164s, and they could do all of them. Truck, Cup, O'Reilly, and ARCA. And that way, because again, kids are the ones that typically play with the 164s. They will be seeing ARCA drivers then in those 164s and can become fans at a younger age. And then that would free up Lionel to work on the 124s, and then you could work on having better quality, maybe expand to more ARCA cars, more Truck Series diecast, than what they currently produce. Don't know. That would be my suggestion. I think it would work. I don't know the business structure. I don't know anything on the inside. But that's what I would suggest. Because then you also have that name getting back into NASCAR, and it's nostalgia. Kind of like when Lionel brought back Winner's Circle. Everyone was like, "Oh, Winner's Circle's back," kind of thing. It'd be a little like that, which will not hurt. That's not a bad thing. That's a positive thing, in my opinion. So, yeah, overall, I think it's probably good news. If they could do it right, that's how I would do it. Maybe I'll try and get in Thomas's ear. Maybe I'll post it on the forum. If you guys are on the Lionel forum, you have to back me up on it, though. Oh, did you guys see the damage that they're gonna do on the Reddick car from Atlanta? Again, I don't really care. I'm not gonna buy the car, but they're actually cutting the fender out of the nose, which I think is pretty cool. So for the Reddick fans out there, really cool diecast that they'll be getting. How that car passes post-race tech, don't know. The whole reason Logano won the championship in 2024 was because Bowman's car jumped the curb, lost a bit of tungsten, and then he failed post-race tech. But Reddick's missing his whole right front fender, and he's fine. Make it make sense. It doesn't in my mind. It's race damage, but like Bowman's car should not have failed post-race tech because it was a racing incident that caused the tungsten to fall out of the car. Just like Reddick, the whole fender came off the car during the race, so it's a racing incident, so that's why it can pass post-race technical inspections. How is it different? Not really sure. NASCAR being consistently inconsistent? Yup. Yup. Tale as old as time. Song as old as rhyme. Alright, this will be the last thing we do today, guys. Races all weekend. Tomorrow, practice and qualifying for the O'Reilly Series, as well as the IndyCar Series. Saturday, IndyCar race at noon. Or noon or 1. We just looked at it, whatever it was. Then Cup practice and qualifying. Then in the evening, we have the O'Reilly race at 7 o'clock on the CW. Again, I like that it's always on the CW. I appreciate that. And then Sunday, the Cup race. So, yeah, as we kind of wind down here, thank you guys for joining as always. I really appreciate you guys hanging out, taking some time to chill, talk some NASCAR. We dipped into the Premier League a shade, ever so slightly. But yeah, it's been a fun stream, as always. I was a little nervous. Yeah, Beauty and the Beast, exactly. You picked it up. I was a little nervous kind of early on when we would stream because we wouldn't get like too many people in the chats and stuff. Now I realize it's not necessarily about the numbers. It's more about the quality of the streams. And if you guys are enjoying it and you guys want to keep coming back and hanging out, then that's what matters to me. And I'm always open to suggestions, right? If you guys like one thing or don't like another thing, tell me and we can make changes. Let me know if there's something you want to see. I'm always willing to work with you guys and just try to provide the best entertainment for, the little time that we're together on these days. So yeah, like I said, the channel to begin with was kind of just me posting about my cars, but it's kind of evolved a little bit into hanging out with you guys in the live chats and stuff, which is really cool. So we've kind of created a neat little community. Oh, by the way, hold on. We now have die-cast driven stickers. My sister and I made these. So I'm putting these with all the, not these cars, but like any 124 series car size car that I make. I'm putting a sticker with them. So that's kind of cool. Something new that we came up with. I don't know, something new, something different. Like I said, we were doing the cards and the boxes for the guys whenever I make them the cars, but now I'm also throwing a sticker in there. So it's been fun trying to get the channel to more people and again interacting with you guys in the live streams and stuff, hopefully being somewhat entertaining and insightful as far as the race stuff goes. And again, I'm going to do my best to watch all of the races this weekend, as I do every weekend, to try and give you the best analysis that I can. I do continue to like watching them without sound on, though, which is kind of funny. I don't really need to know most of the things that the broadcasts say these days. Most of it's not that interesting. And plus you guys will fill me in on anything from a broadcast standpoint that I missed when we do our reviews on Sunday. So with that being said, this is our last action of the evening. Is to cut this wheel well out. And again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream tonight. Had some fun. Got to relax a little bit. Fuck. Yeah. Especially for the truck series. Cup's a little bit better, but not by much. But yeah, so we'll wrap it up there. Right on the 2-hour mark. And yeah, we'll see you guys Sunday. Phoenix race weekend. I'm looking forward to the IndyCar race a little bit more than I am the Cup race. And obviously the O'Reilly series. I'm looking forward to those guys. Ryan Sieg's getting a top 10, if not a top 5 this time. If he gets a top 5, I'll be making the car again. My buddy texted me what the car is. It does not have psyops on the quarter panel again, which he's annoyed about, which is funny. But yeah, that'll be it. So we'll see you guys on Sunday, hopefully. Hope you have a good next couple days and enjoy some racing. And yeah, we'll call it there. Right on the 2-hour mark. Yes, I do like the movie Cars. But we'll see you guys later. Right on the 2-hour mark. Where's the end button? All right, we'll give you the outro, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, guys. Whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord, not for men, knowing that from the Lord